Now at 7, the man police detained in connection with the kidnapping of Nancy Guthrie has now been released. Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz joins us with the latest information on the investigation.
Plus, 2 shootings in Kaiser just hours apart near the same location. How a father survived being shot in the head and why police say the shootings aren't connected. And
it's great to have a resolution.
After decades of silence, a Washington County family finally has some answers as to who killed their 82-year-old grandmother. Well, investigators were finally able to crack the case, coming up at 7:23. Sunrise streaming live at 7 starts right now. Good morning, and thank you for joining us live at 7 o'clock. I'm China Green.
And I'm Matthew Herchick. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Rod Hill and Chris McGinnis standing by. Made it to the halfway point, gentlemen.
Yes, we have. Good morning. What a beautiful day we have coming up. Basically, clear skies to start, clear skies to finish. Here's a look at the Columbia, illuminated in yellow and orange tones from the Vancouver the Springs at the waterfront. Not looking at fog this morning so far. We are looking at frosty spots. 33 is the current number out of Pearson Airfield in Vancouver. And here's a look at a clear blue sky over the city. 36 is the number out at PDX. And here's your day moving forward. Beautiful sunshine, away from the gorge, light winds. Those easterlies 10 to 20, similar to what you had yesterday out in places like Troutdale. We'll be 47 at 11, 50 at noon, 56 at 2, maybe warmer, and still 53 at 5 o'clock. Really, really nice weather. Here's Chris.
Rod, thanks for that. Let's get you out the door. We pick it up with that traffic alert in northwest Portland, specifically on Highway 30 near Linton. An early morning crash has westbound lanes blocked, and so they're alternating both directions through the eastbound lanes. So obviously expect some slowing getting around that. Give those emergency responders some room to work as well. We'll keep you posted on that. Meanwhile, back to the freeway drive over on the east side. We're getting busier. This is the Banfield out near 82nd Avenue, that westbound commute. Starting to tighten up a little bit, as is the Sunset. This is Highway 26 right now, riding the brake pretty hard, coming down the hill from the zoo, I should say from Sylvan into the tunnel. That drive has jumped up to 20 minutes at last check to get you in from Hillsborough. China?
Thank you, Chris. We have breaking news in the search for today's show host Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy. This morning, police released a man detained as part of the investigation.
Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz in studio with us this morning. So, Thomas, this man's now speaking out about his experience.
Yeah, that's right, guys. And he claims he doesn't even know who Nancy Guthrie is, and has nothing to do with her disappearance. His name is Carlos Palazuelos and says his home was searched by investigators last night. Palazuelos says agents told him he looked like a person seen in the security footage of an armed masked person at Nancy Guthrie's doorstep the morning she disappeared. Palazuelos is a DoorDash driver, though he says he doesn't remember delivering anything to Guthrie's home. Reporters spoke to him early this morning in Arizona. Take a listen.
When they finally told you this had to do with some kidnapping, like what were you thinking?
Like, what the am I doing here? I didn't do anything, to be honest. Like, I'm innocent.
The Pima County, Arizona Sheriff's Office declined to comment on the reported release of Palazuelos. Overnight, investigators for the county and the FBI searched a property in Rio Rico, 60 miles south of Tucson and minutes away from the Mexican border. One resident told NBC News he was in shock to see the search in such a small, tight-knit community, leaving many in Arizona on edge.
You know, so it's like a member of the family when I hear about Nancy Guthrie, and I sure hope they find her.
The FBI said yesterday it had not yet identified a person of interest, though FBI Director Kash Patel said the potential subject is armed. Guys.
Thomas, thank you very much.
We are not in a place now to be able to understand why and what may have motivated this tragedy.
That's the message from authorities in northeastern British Columbia after 10 people were found dead in connection with a school shooting that happened in Tumbler Ridge, a town of about 2,400 people around 600 miles northeast of Vancouver. Police say the shooter killed 9 people, then themselves. Most of the victims were found at the school, but authorities say 2 people were found dead inside a home connected to the case. 25 others were wounded. We will bring you updates as we learn more. Meanwhile, back here locally, Kaiser police are investigating 2 separate shootings that happened just a few hours apart.
It's important to note here that police do not believe that these 2 events are connected, but the first shooting happened around 10:30 Monday night when shots were fired at a family as they were driving away from In-N-Out Kaiser Station Boulevard. Their window was shot out and the bullet hit the father in the head. Police say that he suffered a serious injury but is expected to survive. The second shooting happened just across the street at 3:15 Tuesday morning at Hops and Drops restaurant. Detectives believe a different man pulled a gun on a Cisco food delivery driver. The driver ran inside while the suspect fired. They say that he shot at the restaurant and the driver's truck. Luckily, no one was injured in this case.
This is Kaiser Station. This is a business complex where you have lots of families going in and out of. It's very unusual. And for it to be the exact same location, only 5 hours apart, is just kind of odd.
Again, police think that these are unrelated shootings. Investigators arrested a 42-year-old man named Keith Winans for the delivery truck shooting. They're still working to track down the suspect in the first one.
New details this morning on the latest statewide homelessness report showing significant changes in numbers across Oregon.
So Portland State University researchers say that the data gives policymakers and service providers a clearer picture of where the needs are. Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson joins us live with a breakdown of the data. Good morning, Corey.
Yeah, good morning, China. Matthew, that's right. That statewide report, the point in time count, it gives a snapshot of homelessness on a single night in January. So the numbers show tens of thousands of people were experiencing homelessness last year during that night. Just over 27,000 people were counted statewide. Now, of those, nearly 61% were unsheltered, meaning they were living on the street, in cars, or places not meant for habitation. That number is nearly a 35% increase compared to 2023. Multnomah, Lane, and Marion counties reported the highest totals across the state. And researchers say the report gives critical insight into who's experiencing homelessness, where services are most needed, and how trends have shifted since the last count 2 years ago.
It was much smaller 10 years ago when I got here. And we missed the opportunity to stop this. And so when I look at this, I see like we're not actually stopping homelessness from happening. It takes more resources to resolve homelessness than it does to prevent it.
Now, across Oregon, there are just over 11,000 year-round shelter beds available. That's a 39% increase compared to 2023. And coming up at 8, we break down more of the report and what the data is showing, as well as what other point-in-time counts that are a little bit smaller, namely around the Multnomah County area, are showing about racial disparities when it comes to homelessness. Matthew, China.
Corey, thank you. In just a few hours, the 12s are about to be shoulder to shoulder on the streets of Seattle, celebrating the Seattle Seahawks win in Super Bowl 60. It's been 12 years since the Seahawks won a Super Bowl. Now they're number 1 in the league after knocking out the Patriots on Sunday in a 29-13 win. The 12s will get their chance to see the Lombardi Trophy for themselves during the huge celebration parade. And overnight, our sister station in Seattle spotted several die-hard fans outside Lumen Field, all to get a spot along the parade route.
We drove in from Vancouver, Washington, so we've been driving since I don't even know anymore.
We left at 9 and we got to Seattle at 12.
I was shook. I was like, ain't no way the Patriots just got whooped like this. Like, ain't no way.
Hey,
like
the belt. Give me the belt.
They were
Give
getting
me the
belt. Like, oh my God. Like, that's why I want a Seahawks boyfriend.
Get this woman a Seahawks boyfriend. You can catch the parade live on KGW Plus, live coverage beginning at 9.
I was taking a midterm. Literally, I finished that. It didn't go great, but I look on Instagram and I'm like, oh, dang, Sam Darnold's coming to Canes.
Hey, midterm doesn't go great, go to Canes. From a Super Bowl victory to serving platters of chicken fingers. Yep, that's Seahawks quarterback Sam Darnold at the new Raising Cane's location in Seattle ahead of its grand opening next week. You can see throngs of fans lined up in hopes of snagging a 3-piece combo from the champion quarterback, some arriving as many as 6 hours early. Raising Cane's posted on social media that this was not an official meet and greet and that he was not doing autographs. Good luck stopping him. It's just, look at all those people there.
I mean, I would be there just for the chicken fingers. I don't know if you've had Canes. Have you had Canes?
Oh, yeah, it's huge in Columbus. They actually had several Buckeyes after they won their national championship do the same thing. And I mean, like, the number of people that flocked to the store was just absurd.
Very cool.
Now that I would do.
He'd wait in line for that, for some chicken.
Won't show up to the parade early, but you'll go stand in line at Raising Cane.
And get my chicken from Mr. Darnold, yes.
Okay.
Cane's fairly new, Matthew, but I think that's right. It's fairly new to this area. I know up in
Yeah,
Vancouver,
I believe so, yeah.
Ours has only been there, I don't know, maybe a couple years now. I think it's fantastic. All right, Astoria column camera showing off the clear skies for you folks up in Clatsop County. The coast will be clear all day. The valley will be mainly clear all day as well. Shows 30 degrees down at the airport in Astoria. Here's the view from wine country, the Chehalem Tasting Room out in Sherwood. Let's see what the temperature is, 36 degrees. So we have frosty spots around, and one of those spots, Battleground, at 29. But then you can see Gresham, 44. East winds yesterday coming out of the Columbia were like 10 to 20 miles per hour. I expect that the same into East Multnomah County today. Away from that area, winds will be light. So far, you've got to go all the way down to Eugene to find any significant fog. It is freezing in Albany and Corvallis. And Salem, good morning, 33 is your current number. Weather map today, beautiful sunny day. This showed Tillamook hitting 60 at 3 o'clock, 58 at 4 p.m. Sunny at the beach, sunny up and down the valley. Partly sunny skies with some cloudiness coming up from the south and Bend and over into John Day Burns and up into Baker City, but staying dry. Our 7-day numbers, beautiful today, 56 or warmer. 52 tomorrow, partly sunny. Showers arrive on Friday. And then we have, I think, a fairly rainy Valentine's Day Saturday, 46. Still some showers and 47 on Sunday. And then showers and fairly cool conditions, I think, to start next week. Here's Chris McGinnis.
Rod, thanks for that. We pick it up with a traffic alert down in Wilsonville. I-5 southbound right there over on the left-hand side of your screen. That's the southbound exit ramp to Alexid Road. You can see we got a crash, a couple of cars, and maybe a truck involved with this one. The southbound right lane is blocked, so there is some local slowing getting around that. Again, that's southbound I-5 heading into Wilsonville. Meanwhile, up in northwest Portland, Highway 30 is still running really slow through an earlier crash scene in Linton. Looks like westbound lanes are still blocked at this point, so they're alternating east and westbound traffic through the eastbound lanes. Again, this is out near Marina Way, so obviously expect some delays ongoing there. The rest of our freeway drive, we're getting busier as we zip around the system. There's Highway 26 out near the Sylvan Hill. Right now you're driving from Hillsborough, Holden, right around 18 minutes to downtown. China?
Thank you, Chris. Still to come on Sunrise, we're taking you live Italy, where we're continuing our coverage of the Winter Olympics. Coming up, we're taking a look back at figure skater Ilya Melanin's stunning performance as we look ahead to today's events. Don't go anywhere. Sunrise continues after this.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
Fans of figure skating were not disappointed last night after Ilya Malinin led the field in the opening night of the men's figure skating singles. He is now looking to snag his second gold medal on Friday.
And today, more stars from Team USA will dress to impress. Cheryl Preheim joins us live from Milan. So what is your impressions watching Ilya Malinin skate?
You know, he is everything everyone says he is, and maybe even a little bit more. And boy, did the world see that last night. You all hit the nail on the head. I mean, the energy in the venue was electric. He was flawless, and when he hit that signature backflip, the place erupted. He said this morning, it was so interesting that on the team competition, of course they won gold, that he felt almost too much energy, like the Olympic hype, and he felt a little jittery. But last night he felt solid, he said, in his skates, and he was having fun. You might have seen him playing with the camera. He was pointing to the camera a little bit, his signature confidence and swag, and you can tell he's having fun, and he nailed it. He goes into the long skate on Friday 5 points ahead of the closest competitor. He, China and Matthew, has been dubbed the quad god, of course, and you'd think that'd be a tough name to live up to, but he's not having any trouble at all.
No, he is not disappointing at all. Cheryl, what are some of the other events that we're looking forward to today?
Oh man, if you just wanted to park on the couch today and enjoy the Olympics, it's a good day to do it. There's all kinds of big time medal events. I would say number one, you want to make sure you're tuned in for Jordan Stoltz. He's the 21-year-old speed skater for the United States, kind of a one in a generation talent. He gets to open his Olympics with his favorite race, the 1,000 meters, and he's got the world record in that. He legitimately could walk away with 4 gold. He's almost untouchable if he's having a great skate. Also, the ice dancing duo, the defending Olympic champions, Shak and Bate, the married couple for Team USA, they have their gold medal free skate tonight, and they are the world champions, so you don't want to miss that. There's so much going on. I have to give you some kind of breaking news. The medal count keeps ticking up. You know, in the last 24 hours, Team USA did what it had never done before. They had 5 medals in 5 different events. Well, we know of at least 3 more you can add to. The women in the freestyle skiing women's mogul, they take gold and silver, and we have a silver medal in men's Super G. And I know you all are following snowboarding because you've got a great local snowboarder there, Alessandro, but I got to tell you, Chloe Kim raced this morning in her qualifiers, and boy, she had a great start. She placed first overall after her first 2 runs, even though she's got that hurt shoulder, so we feel the momentum here.
That's what we like to hear. Go America! Cheryl Preheim reporting from Milan.
All right, you were just telling us a little interesting nugget about Ilya.
Ilya. So we go to, they have a pretty good skating program in Sun Valley, Idaho. We go over in the summer often. And just so happens, was it 2 years ago now, I think? Ryan Bradley, who coaches there, who's a former U.S. national champion, was helping Ilya learn the backflip for the first time. So, of course, we have videos of our daughter Natasha kind of in the foreground skating with Ilya in the background, and they're teaching him to get the backflip. Now he throws
just
it
being
in.
on the same ice at
cool.
the same time as him.
That was
really cool.
I did just step out on the ice so I could say same ice.
Okay.
Street shoes. Here's a look at the current temperatures around the country. Hey, I want to jump into a little bit more on this colder pattern coming in. Now, these are the current temperatures across the country right now. And the story here is nobody's really that cold. These are considered kind of typical temperatures this time of the year, right? St. Louis 34, Chicago 29, Cleveland 32 in the morning. Nothing to complain about there. Now, this is just an air mass map. This is Friday. I'm going to let this play all the way through Friday the 20th. And not the most dramatic thing to look at, I admit. But what you're looking at is all these blue colors from the west coast to the east coast, meaning no big warm bubbles over the west, no real Arctic drops into the east, and basically everything is going to stabilize into more of a normal temperature pattern from coast to coast. Now, what that means for us is, quite simply, instead of it being rain up in the Cascades with incoming fronts, the majority of fronts starting this weekend, and maybe if we're lucky, going all the way into the first week of March, will generally drop snow at Cascade Pass level to below, which we need. The problem has not been moisture. The problem has been it's been raining instead of snowing up on the mountain. So this shows not a lot this weekend. It shows there could be 7 inches near pass level from Friday through Sunday. But then if I let this map tick all the way into Friday the 20th, it gets up to 2 feet. Now again, that's showing there's not a big storm anywhere, but just showing that, you know, every day, every other day, there's some new snow coming and ticking. So that's good news. The resolution on this model is not very high. That's why it would showing some snow leaking into the lowlands. Okay, futurecast for today. We've got some cloudiness in southern and eastern parts of our state. Otherwise, we're sunny here on the west side. This is tomorrow. Some cloudiness coming through for a partly sunny day today. Tomorrow. Today's clear. Tomorrow's partly sunny. Here's Friday morning, and there's our next wave of rain coming in. And again, that should be producing some snow near pass level. The wettest of the bunch this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I think will be Valentine's Day Saturday. This shows the 3-day total now, ticking a half to about 3/4 of an inch up through the Willamette Valley. Bigger numbers than what we were looking at the projections being yesterday. Beautiful cameras. That's Jefferson looking from Timberline at 6,000 feet. There's the beautiful clear skies awaiting you folks in Lincoln City. There's downtown Portland, all clear, looking at the Wells Fargo camera. And there is 36 in Portland, 33 Salem, 32 in Bend, 23 out in Baker City this morning. 7-day forecast numbers, clear skies, 56 today, partly sunny, 52 tomorrow. The showers arrive Friday. Fairly wet day Saturday with some periods of steady rain, I think, especially into the afternoon, and then chillier scattered showers into next week. Here's Chris.
Okay, Rod, thanks for that. We pick it up with that traffic alert down in Wilsonville right there. I-5 southbound. Looks like that crash has been cleared to the shoulder here near Elixir Road. There's a little closer look at it. There's a little bit of local slowing here that extends back towards I-205. So as you head south towards Tualatin, Wilsonville, and beyond, just know we're going to see a little bit of a hang-up around that exit ramp. Also in northwest Portland, again, Highway 30 near Marina Way. This crash has been there, or the cleanup scene, so to speak, near Marina Way has been ongoing here for a few hours. Traffic is alternating through the eastbound lanes, east and westbound, or I should say one lane. Let's try this again. A 4-lane road is basically down to 2 lanes, and those 2 lanes being the eastbound commute. So traffic running a little thick right now on Highway 30 through Linton. Bigger perspective across the region. Got a little slowing on the west side, but not bad this morning. A quick check of your drive times show that the inbound I-84 commute's up a few clicks now, about 20 minutes to get you in from Troutdale. Matthew?
Thank you, Chris. Well, after decades of silence, a Washington County family finally has some answers as to who killed their 82-year-old grandmother. What cracked the cold case and who investigators now say is responsible, coming up when Sunrise streaming live at 7 continues in just 2 minutes.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
A Washington County family has some answers decades after a Hillsborough grandmother was murdered.
Cold case investigators now believe she was the victim of a serial killer. Joe Ranieri talked with detectives about how they figured it out.
Elizabeth Wasson was beloved in her Hillsborough area neighborhood.
She was 82 years old, working still. She was the neighborhood Avon lady, so she was selling Avon products to those in the community.
On September 23, 1992, the 82-year-old was found murdered in her home. No arrest was ever made, and the case went unsolved until now.
Actual crime scene evidence, the victim's clothing. So that was looked at more carefully, and she had been strangled to death. So that area was swabbed around the neck of her dress that she was wearing, and that was where we were able to link Mr. Baroni's DNA.
The DNA belonged to notorious killer Cesar Baroni. Washington County Chief Deputy District Attorney Allison Brown says Baroni was a suspect from the get-go, but they never had enough evidence to arrest him on anything.
He was one of the suspects in 1992, just based off his MO and the area that he was committing these crimes.
3 years ago, the case reopened thanks to the hard work of Hillsborough Police Detective Megan Townsend, who works with the cold case unit.
He instilled a lot of fear in the community. There were 3 other murders that occurred after Elizabeth Wasson died, and there were also 3 other victims that were elderly that were also strangled and raped in their homes.
He was arrested in 1995 for the murder of Martha Bryant and eventually found guilty of 3 other murders. He died while in prison in 2009.
There's many other murders that could be out there that we just don't know if he's involved in those or not.
Brown says having a team like this means everything to her.
Yeah, it's great to have a resolution. You know, a lot of hard work goes into resolving cold cases, and a lot of hard work goes into looking into cold cases that don't become resolved.
And the families who have been waiting years for answers.
You're taking a look at our Vancouver skies cam. We will have more sunrise right after this.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW+. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW+. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW+. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We're coming up on 7:29 on your Wednesday morning drive. Got a couple of traffic alerts to pass along. Let's take you down to Wilsonville. I-5 southbound, a crash near the Elixir Road exit. Still has the right lane blocked, and that is now adding to some slowing for the southbound I-5 commute. This is back towards I-205. So give yourself a couple of extra minutes heading southbound towards Wilsonville and beyond. Meanwhile, up in northwest Portland, Highway 30 is still down to just 2 lanes here near Marina Way. Westbound lanes are blocked. Traffic is using the eastbound lanes to get around this crash scene. Has been there for a little while, and Rod, right now that is still creating some local slowing.
Well, we're getting into some sun glare, I would assume, as well, Chris. There it is, the rising sun now, just to the south side of Mount Hood, of course, this time of the year, looking from the Wells Fargo camera, 36 degrees. Frostiest look I can find is this camera looking at the grass by the Oregon Garden out in Silverton. You can see it's frosty there. Temperatures have been 30, 32 in parts of the valley. PDX at 36. Beautiful sunny day coming, 50 at noon. I've got today's high jumping up to at least 56. We'll still be dry tomorrow.
So if you didn't know, Valentine's Day is Saturday, and if you can only afford McDonald's, home of the Golden Arches, we have a way to soften the blow for you. They are adding some caviar. So Mickey D's is offering a kit that contains an ounce of caviar. It's meant to pair with some chicken nuggets. Best part? It's free.
Free.
You can order your McNuggetCaviar.com. There are only limited amounts, so make sure you get on it and order it.
If I like caviar, I'd give it a try.
What's the going price for an ounce of caviar?
Well, that's what I was just telling her. I was at like Whole Foods the other day, and like there was caviar for like $100. It was like over $100.
And the point is, there's some things that when it's free, you probably don't want it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
I hope my husband doesn't get that for me.
Were they selling caviar back in your days at McDonald's?
No, we didn't.
No, that wasn't on the menu.
We're still perfecting the hamburger itself back in those days,
right.
Of course. Here's a look at our Oregon camera down in Salem, looking at our beautiful state capital. A little frost on the grass this morning, but really clear, gorgeous morning, 33 degrees. The warm up, of course, we'll get going with the sun now up. There's the Rose City. Temperature out of PDX is 36. Here we go. We'll be 50 at noon and generally light winds. East winds yesterday were 10 to 20 coming out of the gorge and parts of Clark and the county we're in. Multnomah, thank you. We'll see that again today. Chris, I got the temperature at 56 degrees. I have to go brush up on my maps.
Let's go get the geography. I've got a map over there by my traffic computer that'll help. Okay, let's start on a more serious note. I do have a couple of traffic alerts to pass along. I-5 southbound near Wilsonville, the Elixir Road exit, you can see that southbound right lane still blocked with an earlier crash, and that is now backing up the commute here pretty solidly back towards I-205. So give yourself a couple of extra minutes to get southbound from Tualatin to Wilsonville. Meanwhile, in northwest Portland, crash cleanup still ongoing in the Linton area on Highway 30. We're down to, it's a 4-lane road here. It's down to 2 lanes basically using the eastbound lanes to get some of the westbound traffic through. So that is causing some local slowing there as well. Drive times are starting to creep up a little bit, but nothing way out of whack just yet. We'll keep you posted, guys.
Chris, thank you. With some more Olympics coverage, another Oregonian is about to hit the slopes in Italy. 17-year-old Alessandro Barbieri of Portland posted this training video on Instagram. He is set to compete in the snowboard halfpipe at 10:30 this morning. And the people at Cedar Mill Elementary, his old school, are certainly getting ready to cheer him on. The qualifying event will air live here on KGW and on Peacock, so good luck to him. And a huge congratulations to Portland's Jackie Wiles as she landed her first Olympic medal yesterday morning.
Yeah, a lot of people have been watching and cheering for their hometown favorite. Catherine Cook has more.
At Hillcrest Ski and Sports in Gresham, staff and customers watched as Portland skier Jackie Wiles turned decades of hard work into Olympic bronze.
Just to know it's possible to see people do it, it's great.
Todd Sexton says over the years, a lot of Olympic hopefuls have passed through Hillcrest on their way to Mount Hood. Jackie's achievement means something special to all of them.
It's super exciting. Yeah, whether it brings Mount Hood into the game, it brings our local athletes into the game, and maybe it'll pick up all the high school athletes like, hey, I can still do that too.
Jackie graduated from Canby High School in 2010. She trained with White Pass Ski Club in Lewis County, Washington, and the Multnomah Athletic Club at Mount Hood Meadows. Local ski coach Mark Speedy Archer remembers helping at ski camps that Jackie took part in as a teen.
She was a lot different. She was very determined, very focused. She was always the first one out and the last one off the hill.
Years later, Mark says Jackie would often return and inspire kids to pursue their own dreams. He's proud of her.
I'm sure she is very relieved and very proud of herself for all the persevering and all the time that she spent working to get there, So it's a great reward for her, and I think that the state of Oregon should be, very proud of her.
That was Catherine Cook reporting. All right, we are taking a live look from our Olympic flame cam. The flames there in the center of the little circle there. Our Olympic coverage continues throughout our Sunrise show. And speaking of winter sports, the Deschutes County man is pushing for Mount Bachelor Ski Resort to return to local control.
The resort was briefly put on the market 2 years ago by its corporate owner. Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz in studio this morning. So Thomas, what does this local resident want to see happen?
Well, guys, Rob Imhoff wants Deschutes County to step in to shift the ski resort from a company focused on profits to county control, which he says could lead to more affordable access. Imhoff is running for the county commission as well. He says under the company Powder Corps, he's seen rising prices, longer lines, and company decisions that prioritize shareholders over locals. Imhoff says community ski resorts can work and points to several places in our area, Alaska, Idaho, Southern Oregon, as success stories. Imhoff's idea to make the largest ski area in Oregon locally owned isn't new. When the resort went on sale a couple years ago, people like Chris Porter pushed for the same thing.
We are really looking at this as a community broad tent support.
And here's the thing, 65% of skiers at Bachelor are local. Though when the resort went up for sale, Powder Corps wanted $200 million for it. The local group of skiers said they were unable to submit a bid at the time due to timing constraints. Now it's still unclear if Powder Corps has any plans or intentions to try to sell the resort once again in the future, guys.
Our Thomas Schultz reporting live from the studio. Thank you, Thomas. In other local headlines this morning, Portland police have identified the man who was shot and killed by officers in Northwest Portland last week. Authorities say they tried to arrest 57-year-old Eric Scherer last Thursday, a few days after he threatened 2 security officers at a nearby Safeway. When police flushed him out of his apartment in the Pearl District, they say Scherer was holding a handgun. That's when 2 officers opened fire. Authorities say that they found a loaded shotgun at a Safeway that contained shells with threats that mentioned President Donald Trump.
Police in Dallas, Oregon are investigating after one person was killed and another was seriously hurt in a shooting. A viewer sent us these images of the scene along Northwest Crater Lake Drive just after 2 o'clock yesterday morning. Police say they had to force their way into a home where they found one adult dead and the other with what they're calling serious traumatic injuries. Investigators say there is no threat to the public.
I had a really good cry about it. I just felt really violated and unsafe.
Yeah, that's one business owner in Portland's Sellwoods neighborhood left concerned after frustrated after 3 shops were broken into over the last few weeks. And the most recent happened over the weekend at the vintage store Elemental Arts. KGW also obtained this surveillance video from the 28th of January, which shows suspects at Soulful PDX stuffing items into a bag before making their way out the door. A couple of days after that, thieves broke into Portland Rocks, stealing thousands of dollars worth of merchandise.
A lot of these rocks and minerals I've collected over a lifetime, so they're kind of like family members to me. So I was like pretty sad that some of my favorites were gone.
Yeah, I just never expected it because I thought this place was completely protected.
Police say it's unclear if any of these break-ins are connected. No arrests have been made.
Authorities have arrested a serial burglar accused of breaking into a school in southeast Portland at least 4 times in the last 3 weeks. This happened at Grace Lutheran School in the Montevilla neighborhood between the middle of January and this past Saturday. Portland police say 30-year-old Joshua Sandahl used pieces of broken concrete to break windows of a first-grade classroom to get inside. All together, authorities say that he's responsible for around $3,000 to $4,000 in damage and stolen property, including cleaning supplies. He's now charged with burglary, criminal mischief, and theft.
All right, let's talk crayons and yarn, a whole lot of art, and a bit of magic all coming together in a Kelso first grade classroom. Teacher Ashley Lowry at Wallace Elementary and her Aunt Amy wanted to surprise the class with something special. So they hatched a plan. Have the students create the hats of their dreams, then they would bring them to life. Before winter break, students designed their hats by coloring in that picture you just saw there, and then yesterday was the big reveal. And for Lowry and Aunt Amy, it was worth it.
I guess I didn't realize 22 hats was going to take as long as it did, but we managed.
Lowry says that she was excited to see her students' reactions and to give them all a sense of pride.
That's very cool. Taking a live look over the mountain courtesy of our Timberline Lodge Sky Cam. Rod, they've been getting a little bit more snow here.
Well, we had the 14 inches of fell Timberline Sunday into this past Monday morning. Beautiful bluebird day up there today. A little bit of snow coming Friday, and then if you're Saturday, there could be 6 inches fall during the day. Hopefully. with snow levels over the weekend, 3,500, about 4,000 feet. We're all dry today, and you saw the clear skies over Mount Hood. It's going to be a sunny day at the coast as well. Got a barge coming under the Astoria-Meckler Bridge, it looks like, on the Columbia, 30 degrees looking down from the Astoria column. There's the rising sun from downtown Portland in the Wells Fargo building. 36 degrees is the number out at PDX. This is going to be a sunny day from start to finish. Rising sun up in the Oregon Zoo. Beautiful day to be out working, playing, going to the zoo. Generally light winds unless you're near the gorge. There's Troutdale at 42 degrees, where winds today will probably be east about 10 to 20 again, so just a little breeze. 39 down in Wilsonville. There are frosty spots around, but most of us are above freezing. Aurora is at 40. You do see a 32 in Almsville, Albany, and Corvallis. Beautiful, beautiful horse today. There's Duke, pet of the day at kgw.com is the email address. Send us your photos, and we'll get your pet on our show. That is Duke this morning. I could look at a beautiful horse all day long. Beautiful. All right, here's a look at our weather map. All dry today. Some cloudiness coming up in the southern and eastern parts of our state. Currently, you folks are kind of partly cloudy. That's the way you'll stay today. But it's all clear up the valley and at the coast, where there will be temperatures mid to upper 50s again today. 56 or warmer in Portland. 52 tomorrow with partly sunny skies. Showers Friday. I still think we get some periods of steady rain on Saturday. Valentine's Day, and then still some scattered showers on Sunday. And here is Chris McGinnis.
My tulips are going to go back down. They've been coming up already. They're going to go back down. It's so chilly next week. All right, let's get you out the door. We start off with this traffic alert in Wilsonville. I-5 southbound near the Elixir Road exit. That southbound right lane is still blocked, has been for about 30 minutes now. So traffic backing up pretty solidly towards the 205 interchange. Give yourself some extra room to get south of Tigard and Tualatin to Wilsonville and beyond right now, as that bit of a logjam there takes place. All right, back to Northwest Portland. Highway 30 is still down to 2 lanes here in the Linton area because of an early morning crash, so expect some delays there as well. And last but not least, our drive times shaping up like this. 24 minutes get you in from Wilsonville, 24 minutes get you in from Troutdale. The rest of the freeway system not in too bad a shape. Let's take you live to North Portland. Corey Johnson sampling some sporting gear.
Yes, absolutely, Chris. We're coming to you live from the Pacific Northwest Sportsmen Show this morning at the Portland Expo Center. We're talking all things fishing, hunting, boating, and much more, as well as the exhibits you can expect to see. When we come back, we're talking with Loophole, the presenting sponsor for the event.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
The Pacific Northwest Sportsmen Show is kicking off today at the Portland Expo Center.
It's a celebration of all things fishing, hunting, and outdoor recreation. Expected to draw tens of thousands over the next few days. Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson joins us live from the Expo Center with details on the event. Good morning, Corey.
Yeah, good morning, Matthew, China. It's a massive expo. Starting today at 11 is when the doors open, and it lasts until Sunday. It's the largest of its kind, the Sportsman Show west of the Mississippi, and the second largest in the country. Everything from fishing, hunting, boating, exhibits, all of that you can expect to see and learn more about if you come. And we're also here with Loophole. It's the presenting sponsor for the event. Now, this is Sean Skipper, a spokesperson for the company. Talk more about just Loophole and the important role it's playing in this show.
Well, good morning. And yes, so Loophole was founded here in Portland in 1907, and our offices are right down the road now in Beaverton. We've been out there since the 1960s. So we're always proud to be the presenting sponsor here at the Sportsman Show. You know, the folks that come through here, they're our neighbors, they're our families, they're our friends. So we're just incredibly proud and happy to always be here with other outdoorsmen.
Of course, and we're standing here in the Loophole exhibit right now. Exhibits people can expect to see just like this one. Talk about what you guys have to offer here.
So we've got our full product line on display. So rangefinders right here, also binoculars, rifle scopes, performance apparel, which I swear will be out when the show opens at 11. One of the things I've got that is very hot right now is the RX 5000 laser rangefinder. And it's got our GPS precision pinning tool in it. You can use your mapping systems on your phone, drop a pin with your rangefinder, drop a little waypoint on there. We've actually got a couple seminars that'll discuss that here at the show. The first two will be on Friday at 11 and 3 with Jason Phelps of Phelps Game Calls, a good friend and good partner of ours. So if you come by the show on Friday, Jason will walk you through the precision GPS pinning software, how to use it, and how you can put it to better use on your next hunt.
Now, Sean, this is an amazing event for those who love all things outdoors, especially hunting, shooting, all the things. And I mean, it grows every single year. Thousands of people are expected. Can you talk about the excitement behind those who are coming?
Oh, I know the crowds are going to be out of control. If you get here at 12 today, you're going to be in a long line in that waiting to get into that parking lot. I've seen it before myself. I've been late because I've been out there waiting in the line. We love the energy. We love the visitors. So please come on by the Loophole booth. This is a brand new booth for us this year. We redesigned it. Come see it. Come see our products, and we'll take good care of you.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Sean. The Pacific Northwest Sportsman Show, especially excitable this year. As I mentioned, the doors will open at 11, so get on down here. As you heard, it's definitely going to draw thousands of people. We're going to be here all morning showcasing the exhibits, the events you can expect to see, and the activities, not just for adults, but for kids also that are taking place. Back to you.
All right, Corey, looks like an exciting time. Thank you very much.
So you need those things to see them, but you also need a sound.
Those things?
Lens thingamadude. But you also need a sound to get the ducks, and I don't know if you know, but this man has a fantastic duck call.
Oh, duck, that's where you're going.
Hit it.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that impressive? Okay.
That's not bad, right?
That's actually much more impressive than I was expecting, to be honest.
For those of you wondering, does Rod have any talents at all?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. You want to hear mine?
Has it ever come in handy?
No.
Have you ever put it to use? No. Okay.
You have a duck call? Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead.
Whack.
Oh, wow.
Whack.
Wow.
Slow news morning.
Rod first place, China second place.
Yeah.
Matthew didn't make the podium.
No.
All right, we have rain showers down, and it's really picked up actually in California. So FYI, if you are traveling to the south, there's the rain in Northern California. Some cloudiness being thrown up in parts of our state, southern and eastern areas, but generally expected to be dry in our region. You folks will be kind of partly sunny. You can see the cloud shield right here. So you get up into the gorge, you get over to the Willamette Valley and off to the coast and up to Seattle where they have the parade today. It's just going to be beautiful sunshine. Futurecast shows that. Here we are this afternoon. Some cloudiness up into about Bend, but the clear skies here on the west side and then up by 5. So a gorgeous, gorgeous day. Tomorrow is still dry. This is Thursday morning, 8 o'clock. Obviously, you're looking at some passing cloudiness coming through, but we stay dry. And then here's the first wave of rain approaching Friday morning. This is correct. There could be some rain right from the get-go up around Astoria and Long Beach. And this holds the rain together, which I don't know if that's going to happen. It's a pretty weak front. It might break into scattered showers. We're certainly expecting some measurable precipitation on Friday, and snow levels will be near 4,000 feet, which is past level up in the Cascades. This shows you potential total amounts of what's coming in Friday, Saturday, Sunday through Sunday night. And it shows a half an inch to about 3/4 in the valley and amounts pushing upwards of an inch at the coast. That looks reasonable because Saturday, if we have a rainy afternoon, which we could, we'd be looking at maybe 3/10 to a half of an inch of rain just on Saturday alone. How about snow this weekend? Well, some, but not a ton. Again, most of the 7 inches near pass level to 5,000 feet would fall on Saturday. All right, Providence Park camera, beautiful morning out there with the sun illuminating all areas. 38 degrees now. Here's a look at downtown Portland. 36 degrees is the number out at PDX. 37 up in Kelso. We're already seeing some warming. I think Kelso is down to 33, now 37. So already getting a bit of a jolt from the rising sun. 31 out in the Dalles. Coast is going to be crazy warm again. Pacific City, 59. The modeling is projecting you folks in Tillamook to hit 60 today, by the way. Winds will be light. Gorgeous, gorgeous weather. Valley forecast, again, light winds generally, sunshine, 56, 57 degrees. Portland, I think it was 56 yesterday. We're going to be at least that warm today. We might be warmer. 52 tomorrow, partly sunny. The showers coming in on Friday with the clouds holding us down. Periods of some steady rain during the day on Valentine's Day, Saturday. Sunday, a day that doesn't look to be total rain, not that much, but there will be some showers in the area. Here's Chris.
Rod, thanks for that. We pick it up with that traffic alert in Wilsonville. I-5 southbound right here near the Alexid Road exit. It looks like they've got that crash cleared to the shoulder, but it is causing some pretty thick traffic, some delays now on I-5 southbound between Tualatin and Wilsonville. There's a look at the drive just south of the 205 interchange. And our speed sensors say that's moving at 22 miles an hour, but that looks even slower. So this may be back building a little bit here into Tualatin. So point is, give yourself a few extra minutes to get southbound there. Over the west side, man, bring the sunglasses here. This is out near Cedar Hills Boulevard. Drivers facing that rising sun now coming up over the West Hills. So it's right at driver's eye. And that might be creating some of the eastbound slowing on the Banfield right there as well. The westbound commute, not sure why it's up so significantly, but I-84 West now has jumped up to 38 minutes to get you in from Troutdale. I don't have any reports of crashes just yet, but China, that's a exceedingly slow commute now. We'll keep you posted.
Thank you, Chris. Still to come on Sunrise, are self-driving cars on their way to Oregon roads? We have a look at the bill currently being proposed at the state capitol coming up when Sunrise continues in 2 minutes.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yeah.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
We're taking a live look at the state capitol in Salem, where one of the bills lawmakers are considering this year has to do with allowing self-driving cars like Waymo onto Oregon roads. Now, the proposed bill would create statewide rules for self-driving cars, which means if passed, cities would not be able to make their own.
So it also breaks down how these companies would be held liable in the event of a crash. Opponents say they're worried about job losses for rideshare drivers and the risk of cyber attacks. They also point to a recent investigation launched by federal regulators after Waymo cars repeatedly sped past school buses.
The safety data looks really good. There was 90% fewer crashes with serious injuries. There were 92% fewer pedestrian-involved crashes with injuries.
That at some point, there needs to be an answer to who's responsible when bad things happen.
The bill is currently trying to get out of committee. If enacted, self-driving cars would hit the roads as soon as 2027, though with a human driver at first.
To D.C., where lawmakers held a hearing at the Capitol taking a hard look, at who controls local TV channels like KGW. They talked about broadcast media ownership rules that determine how many U.S. households a single company can reach. Now, right now, that cap sits at 39%. And now lawmakers are debating whether it still makes sense in a world dominated by streaming and social media.
This is an existential crisis for local broadcasters. Right? Our competitive landscape is one in which broadcasters are competing with one hand tied behind our back because of the scale of these global tech companies.
There is no crisis. They're inventing this because they know they can make billions of dollars by waiving the rule, and it doesn't serve the public interest, competition, or the diversity of voices.
Tegna, which owns KGW, is currently involved in a proposed acquisition by Nexstar Media Group, which owns Coin6. But the deal would need that 39% ownership cap loosened or lifted, and then approval from the DOJ and FCC.
On this vote, the yeas are 214, the nays are 217. The resolution is not adopted.
The House has failed to adopt a procedural rule that would have temporarily prevented the House from voting to overturn Trump's tariffs, at least through the end of July. The measure failed by a vote of 214 to 217. Well, coming up at 8, KGW Sunrise continues live on KGW Plus with a public hearing underway where state leaders are pushing to fund a multi-million-dollar project.
How the bill would also help keep the Trailblazers in Portland. We'll see you at 8 o'clock.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We're coming up on 7:59 on your Wednesday morning drive. We pick it up in Wilsonville. An earlier crash near Elixir Road has been cleared now, but you can see as we go back towards I-205, there still is some significant local slowing getting around that. So your drive south from Tiger to Tualatin and Wilsonville running a little thick. Over on the west side, you got sun glare, man. Bring the welder's mask this morning for that eastbound commute, staring into that rising sun. And I-84 westbound is running a little extra thick as well. In fact, that has jumped up to 46 minutes at last check. Rod, no crashes reported, just a very slow drive coming in from Troutdale right now.
All right, thank you for that. And of course, the sun's on your back with that drive. We do have the sun in your face across much of the area. There's the Reserve Vineyards and Golf Club in Lowell. Notice some frost on the grass there this morning, 34 degrees. This will be a perfectly clear day from start to finish. There's a Tilcomb crossing in the south waterfront down along the river from the Portland Spirit Landing. Just a beautiful day coming. 50 at noon, and we'll be up to about 56 for a high. There's a little bit of fog now being reported out at the airport this morning. Rain still on track to return Friday.
Breaking overnight, a man detained in connection with the kidnapping of Nancy Guthrie has now been let go. We hear from him and where the investigation now stands. Plus,
she was very determined, very focused. She was always the first one out and the last one off the hill.
And that determination is probably how Jackie Wiles not only ended up at the Olympics, but taking home the bronze.
also ahead, puppies rescued from a potential overdose are now in their forever homes. We have their story coming up. Good morning, and thank you for joining us live at 8 o'clock. I'm China Green.
And I'm Matthew Herchick. Rod Hale and Chris McGinnis with a look at our weather and traffic. Going to be a beautiful day, Rod.
Yeah, absolutely stunning. We are basically clear. We'll stay that way all day, seeing very limited fog being reported. I mentioned a moment ago the airport actually is now reporting a touch of fog, but the cameras are showing the sun. You see a little bit of frost on the grass in front of the state capitol, 34 degrees. You've had a handful of spots get down to freezing. Downtown Portland, not one of those locations. The airport, 36. Again, the dashed line saying in the observation out there that there's a little bit of fog now being reported. It wouldn't last long. I'm sure it's very shallow. 50 at noon. I have us getting up to about 56 or warmer in that 2 to 3 o'clock hour, and then back down to 53 at 5 o'clock. Sun glare somewhere, Chris.
Yeah, welder's mask needed on the west side here. Never mind the sunglasses. That's Highway 26 inbound on the Sunset out near Cedar Hills Boulevard. You can see all the way back to Murray here, and you can see all those drivers just staring at that blinding sunshine. Also, and I'm not sure if that's what the problem is. In fact, the westbound commute on the Banfield is running inexplicably slow at the moment. We're up to 43 minutes now to get you in from Troutdale. I don't have any reports of crashes, and to Rod's earlier point, the sun would be in your rearview mirror. So in any event, 43 minutes to drive in from Troutdale at last check. I-5 through Wilsonville. Good news there. Earlier crash near Elixir Road. That's been cleared, and the logjam of traffic that we had around that starting to flush out. China, Matthew?
Thank you, Chris. We have breaking news in the search for Today's Show host Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy. This morning, police released a man detained as part of the investigation.
Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz joins us in studio this morning. Thomas, that man now speaking out about his experience.
Yeah, that's right. And he claims he didn't even know who Nancy Guthrie was and has nothing to do with her disappearance. His name is Carlos Palazuelos and says his home was searched by investigators last night. Palazuelos says agents told him he looked like a person seen in this security footage of an armed masked person at Nancy Guthrie's doorstep the morning she disappeared. Palazuelos is a DoorDash driver, though he says he doesn't remember delivering anything to Guthrie's home. Reporters spoke to him early this morning in Arizona. Take a listen.
When they finally told you this had to do with some kidnapping, like what were you thinking?
Like, what the am I doing here? I didn't do anything, to be honest. Like, I'm innocent.
The Pima County, Arizona Sheriff's Office declined to comment on the reported release of Palazuelos. Overnight, investigators for the county and the FBI searched a property in Rio Rico, 60 miles south of Tucson and minutes away from the Mexican border. One resident told NBC News he was in shock to see the search in such a small, tight-knit community, leaving many in Arizona on edge.
You know, so it's like a member of the family when I hear about Nancy Guthrie, and I sure hope they find her.
Yeah, the sentiment of a lot of people. The FBI said yesterday it had not identified a person of interest, though FBI Director Kash Patel said the potential subject is armed. Guys.
Thomas, thank you very much.
We are not in a place now to be able to understand why and what may have motivated this tragedy.
That's the message from authorities in northeastern British Columbia after 9 people were found dead in connection with a school shooting. It happened in Tumbler Ridge, a town of about 2,400 people around 600 miles northeast of Vancouver. Police say the shooter killed 9 people, then themselves. Most of the victims were found at the school, but authorities say 2 people were found dead inside a home connected to the case. 25 others were wounded. We will bring you updates as we learn more. Meanwhile, back here locally, Kaiser police are investigating 2 separate shootings that happened just a few hours apart.
It's important to note that police do not believe these 2 events are connected. But the first shooting happened around 10:30 Monday night when shots were fired at a family as they were driving away from In-N-Out Kaiser Station Boulevard. Their window was shot out and a bullet hit the father in the head. Police say he suffered a serious injury but is expected to survive. The second shooting happened just across the street at 3:15 Tuesday morning. At Hops and Drops restaurant, detectives believe a different man pulled a gun on a Cisco food delivery driver. The driver ran inside while the suspect fired. They say he shot at the restaurant and the driver's truck. Luckily, no one was injured in this case. Now, police think these are unrelated shootings because the bullet casings from the 2 incidents don't match. And the suspect in the In-N-Out shooting does not appear to match with the man who was attacked, the Cisco delivery driver.
There's no evidence to suggest that he was in that area at that time. Plus, we have the weapon. The weapon is not matching up to the casings that we have on scene.
Again, police think that these are unrelated shootings. Investigators arrested a 42-year-old man named Keith Winans for the delivery truck shooting. They're still working to track down the suspect in the first one.
Portland police have identified the man who was shot and killed by officers in northwest Portland. Authorities say they tried to arrest 57-year-old Eric Scherer last Thursday, a few days after he threatened 2 security officers at a nearby Safeway. When police flushed him out of his apartment in the Pearl, they say Scherer was holding a handgun. That's when the 2 officers opened fire. Authorities say they found a loaded shotgun at that Safeway that contained shells with threats that mentioned President Trump. And a public hearing is underway on a bill to nail down hundreds of millions in funding for a Moda Center renovation. The bill would funnel tax dollars paid by players and performers into arena improvements. The state and city of Portland would jointly own Moda with contributions coming from the county. Now, this is critical because the NBA's commissioner has essentially said Moda, which is over 20 years old, needs to be upgraded or replaced in order for Portland to keep the Blazers. You can watch that hearing live here on our free streaming app KGW+. Again, that's happening right now. And more affordable housing could soon come to Portland in 19 different neighborhoods. Today, city councilors are expected to approve a new zoning map to make that happen. There are 19 properties in Portland targeted for rezoning to make way for more housing. Now, for this spot off of Southeast 148th Avenue, that means a 4-story apartment building. But some longtime neighbors say that they've watched the existing complex attract homelessness and crime. In a city document, staff with the Portland Bureau of Planning and Sustainability responded to those concerns, saying, quote, "Public safety and property management issues are an important concern, but are a separate topic from the zone change. This zone change will contribute to providing more homes that lower income people can afford." Meanwhile, new details this morning on the latest statewide homelessness report showing significant changes in numbers across Oregon.
Yeah, Portland State University researchers say the data gives policymakers and service providers a clearer picture of where the needs are. Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson joins us live with a breakdown of the data. Good morning, Corey.
Yeah, good morning, China. Matthew, according to that point in time report that was recently released, over 27,000 people were counted as experiencing homelessness across the state, and that's nearly a 61% jump as far as unsheltered people are concerned. Now, the numbers were taken on a single night in January and represent nearly a 35% increase compared to 2023. PSU also put out a tri-county point in time count last year showing that that more than 12,000 people counted in Multnomah, Clackamas, and Washington counties. Those who identify as Black, Indigenous, or people of color experienced homelessness at a faster rate between 2023 and 2025 compared to white people. According to the statewide report, though, there's been a 50% jump in sheltered homelessness over the last 2 years, but researchers say that's not necessarily a bad thing.
It includes the fact that we've added a lot of shelter beds. Now, we can't know if people are going into shelter who would have been unsheltered normally, or if this is reflecting people who would never have been homeless. But it is a sign that at least people are going into shelter.
And again, nearly 61% that were surveyed in that most recent report statewide were counted as unsheltered. Now, those behind the report tell me this data helps in a way that it can be helpful for writing grants. It can also be helpful for policymakers as far as a framework is concerned so that they can understand the needs of those who are living in their community. Back to you.
Our Corey Johnson reporting live this morning. Corey, thank you.
All right, your time now is 8:09. Headed over to Rod Hill for a look at weather.
Beautiful outside, absolutely gorgeous. All of our cameras show that. So take advantage. One of the headlines, guys, is that starting this weekend, we get back to clouds, we get back to some rain, and then we stay in a pretty active, cooler weather pattern for a couple of weeks. So my point is, I don't see any more stretches of, hey, it's sunny and 55 degrees out in the coming weeks. So enjoy today. Tomorrow is still going to be dry. It just won't be the perfectly sunny day that we're going to be seeing on this Wednesday. We have some cloudiness in southern eastern areas of our state. It's kind of partly sunny there, but at the coast and the valley, it's mainly just going to be clear. Our Seaside live camera for you, 40 degrees there. And here's a look from the Chehalem tasting room camera out in Sherwood. Just absolutely gorgeous. Mount Hood, of course, on the right. Temperature 36. So squiggly lines represent at the observation site. A little bit of shallow fog out there. Here's downtown, though, just perfectly clear. And again, some shallow fog at the airport right now. 36 won't last long. Temperatures 40 in Beaverton, 40 in Gresham. East winds 10 to 20 in proximity to the gorge. Otherwise, winds are light. Westland, good morning to you. 38 is your current number out the door. Salem has been down around freezing. We've seen a little bit of frost in Marion County. Right now, McNary Field showing 34 degrees. This afternoon, 50s to maybe even nearing 60 in parts of the coast. At least mid to perhaps upper 50s up and down the valley for highs today. This is a 4 p.m. map. 44 in Bend, partly sunny, 46 in Baker City, and partly sunny. So today, sunshine, mid-50s or warmer. Tomorrow, 52, still dry. Showers arrive on Friday. Saturday looks to be a wetter day than Sunday for your weekend. Here's Chris.
All right, Rod, lots of sun glare out there for sure this morning as we're in the heart of the morning commute and the sun is getting a little bit higher. One slow spot still out in the Linton area. Highway 30, especially eastbound, is running really thick on our traffic sensors here because of an early morning crash in Linton in cleanup mode here near Marina Way. So give yourself a few extra minutes to get around that for sure as you come in from like Scappoose and out near the Savi Island area headed eastbound. Back down to Tualatin, there's your I-5 North commute, slow and steady as always this hour of a Wednesday morning drive. Also, speaking of sun glare, look at that. Another spot where you need a welder's mask to head eastbound on 205 from Tualatin to West Lynn. That said, drive times are in okay shape with even this showing some improvement, guys. This was way up over 40 minutes a little while ago. We're back down to something a little bit more manageable coming in from Trout Hill. Back to you.
Thank you, Chris. An Oregon native takes home an Olympic medal. We head to her hometown where fans were cheering her on.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Well, huge congratulations to Portland's Jackie Wiles as she landed her first Olympic medal yesterday morning.
Yeah, a lot of people have been watching and cheering for their hometown favorite. Catherine Cook has more.
At Hillcrest Ski and Sports in Gresham, staff and customers watched as Portland skier Jackie Wiles turned decades of hard work into Olympic bronze.
Just to know it's possible to see people do it, it's great.
Todd Sexton says over the years, a lot of Olympic hopefuls have passed through Hillcrest on their way to Mount Hood. Jackie's achievement means something special to all of them.
It's super exciting. Yeah, whether it brings Mount Hood into the game, it brings our local athletes into the game, and maybe it'll pick up all the high school athletes like, hey, I can still do that too.
Jackie graduated from Canby High School in 2010. She trained with White Pass Ski Club in Lewis County, Washington, and the Multnomah Athletic Club at Mount Hood Meadows. Local ski coach Mark Speedy Archer remembers helping at ski camps that Jackie took part in as a teen.
She was a lot different. She was very determined, very focused. She was always the first one out and the last one off the hill.
Years later, Mark says Jackie would often return and inspire kids to pursue their own dreams. He's proud of her.
I'm sure she is very relieved and very proud of herself for all the persevering and all the time that she spent working to get there, So it's a great reward for her, and I think that the state of Oregon should be, very proud of her.
Go Team USA!
We're starting to rack up the medals.
We are. We got the fancy
creep up the medal board.
Olympic background behind us. I like it. I like it. We have more. What do we have?
More figure skating on
figure
deck?
skating today. They said,
Okay.
yeah. So
Ilya going for.
He doesn't. I think his individual long program, what do they call that? The free skate.
Yeah.
I don't think that's today. I think it's tomorrow.
Ice dance.
Ice dance is today. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Keep an eye on it.
We have a beautiful day. Good grief. Bluebird conditions up on the mountain, referring to the blue sky, of course. And the snow looks good. And again, that's the 12 to 14 fell Sunday into Monday morning. 31 degrees up there right now. We have a snow map. It's all sunny today. Obviously, no new snow. Tomorrow's still dry. Friday, we get maybe an inch or two. This shows we could pick up 7 near pass level combined Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And most of this, maybe 6 of it, is going to fall on Saturday. So that's your day if you like skiing where it's actively snowing. Not a huge storm, obviously, but some more fresh powder coming. And the headline is consistent in that we're switching gears. We're not eyeing some gigantic snowstorm in our future, but we are eyeing this colder pattern where maybe for 2 weeks, maybe longer, that's the rest of February into March, we'll see the majority of systems coming in producing snow at and below Cascade Pass level. So for example, this is a 25-inch total near pass level on Mount Hood, but this is from this Friday through next Friday. So clearly that's not a big storm, but it is day after day of picking up some snow. So that's a tremendous improvement away from these crazy sunny 50-degree days that we've had up there. So the tide is turning, and maybe we can squeeze out some big storms between now and mid-March. All right, we've got some cloudiness in southern and eastern areas of our state today. It's all clear on the west side. Here is a dry Thursday with partly sunny skies. And then here comes the return of some rain to the coast and the valley coming in during the day on Friday with some snow down near Cascade Passes. Snow level Friday looks to be 3,500 to about 4,000 feet. Government camp's 4,000, remember. I don't know if the rain holds steady. It might break into showers. I don't think we get a lot of total moisture on Friday, but I do like periods of some steady rain on Saturday and then at least some ongoing scattered showers on Sunday. This shows Friday, Saturday, Sunday combo of about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch of total moisture coming to the valley. All right, temperatures out there today were generally clear. 40 in Astoria, 36 Portland, 31 in the Dalles, and also 31 out in John Day and Burns. Valley forecast numbers. well into the 50s. It shows 56 to 57 degrees and similar numbers for Southwest Washington. There is an east wind direction coming out of the gorge, but like yesterday, primarily 10 to 20 miles per hour. All right, 7-day forecast. Today, the sunny day. Tomorrow, still dry, partly sunny. Showers Friday, some rainy periods Saturday for Valentine's, and then scattered showers Sunday. And I still think with an east wind flow, there could be at least some reports of, hey, we have snow showers in the air starting Monday morning and Tuesday morning. Here's Chris.
Calling Mount Scott and Prune Hill.
Yeah.
And what's that one up the street? Oh my goodness.
The West Hills?
Yeah,
Road?
those things. Hills of Press, that's what I was looking for. All right, Highway 26 coming in from Hillsborough. We've got the sun right in the driver's eye, and that's probably why we're so thick on that side of town. This is what it looks like near Cedar Hills Boulevard. So again, that eastbound drive running a little slow. Let's hop over to Oregon City, I-205. No, that's actually not the right camera. I'm sorry for that. The southbound drive out of Oregon City and Clackamas, I should say, to Tualatin is up to about 18 minutes. So you got some company there, but so far no major problems on that side of town. We'll be right back.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW+. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW+. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW+. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We're taking a live look at the state capitol in Salem, where one of the bills lawmakers are considering this year has to do with allowing self-driving cars like Waymo onto Oregon roads. Now, the proposed bill would create statewide rules for self-driving cars, which means if passed, cities would not be able to make their own.
It also breaks down how these companies would be even liable if in the event of a crash. Opponents say that they are worried about job losses for rideshare drivers and the risk of cyber attacks. They also point to a recent investigation launched by federal regulators after Waymo cars repeatedly sped past school buses. The bill is currently trying to get out of committee. If enacted, self-driving cars could soon hit the roads as soon as 2027, though with a human driver at first.
Hundreds of people gathered in Olympia on Tuesday in support of the proposed millionaire's tax under consideration. Washington lawmakers on both sides of the aisle say it's one of the biggest bills they've considered in at least a decade. Connor Board from our sister station in Seattle was at that rally and brings us the details.
2, 4, 6, 8.
It's a call for a more progressive tax system by union members and some state lawmakers.
How do we pay for our paramount duty? It is by fixing our regressive tax code.
The bill, dubbed the millionaire's tax, would create a 9.9% income tax on households that make more than $1 million per year. It would create $3.7 billion per year in revenue, money that retired teachers say is needed.
Come on. You need to pay up, and we need to get our kids educated, because how are they going to be the workers of the future if they're not? It's super important.
It would also reduce some taxes for small businesses, expand the working family's tax credit, and eliminate the sales tax on hygiene items, among other things.
We all are being hurt the same way. Progressive revenue is what Washington needs, and we all know this. Labor is behind progressive revenue. We know that people that are rich need to be paying their fair share.
Maybe the biggest bill of the decade.
Republican lawmakers met Tuesday. They share concerns that if this becomes law, it could pave the way for an expanded income tax in the future, affecting far more people. At a public hearing last week, opponents said the tax would harm businesses and lead to job losses.
While this proposal is framed as targeting high earners, we're concerned about the real-world impacts on small and medium-sized businesses organized like S-corps, LLCs, and other pass-through entities.
Just the past 2 weeks, I've heard from directly or listened or heard about over 50 couples who have already in the process of or soon to be changing their domicile out of this state.
Millionaires, pay your due! But those in favor, including Democratic House Speaker Lori Jenkins, are hopeful it will pass.
We will be able to walk across the finish line, get this to the governor, and have the support of the people in Washington state.
That was Connor Board reporting. Last month, 6 puppies in Washington reportedly overdosed on fentanyl, but firefighters saved their lives with Narcan. And now some of those puppies have found their forever homes. This one was adopted by one of the firefighters that saved the puppies. And at least 2 others have gone to new families. One of them now belongs to Bobby Dowling. He renamed the little pup Lucky because of what the pup went through.
I'm happy to report that there's a bond between us, and it's really fantastic to see he's learning a lot of the things that I didn't think he would learn until much later. He's really smart. We were, I think, made for each other.
So cute.
So baby.
Oh my goodness.
Another puppy from the same litter now has a forever home. This one named Sky, after Sky Valley Fire, the agency that saved their lives. An investigation is now into how the puppies overdosed.
They need somebody to just come pet them sometimes. I'm available.
Yes.
A decades-long cold case has now been solved. Coming up, how investigators linked a serial killer to the murder of Elizabeth Wasson.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
Good morning, I'm Matthew Herchik. Authorities have arrested a serial burglar accused of breaking into Grace Lutheran School in Southeast Portland at least 4 times in less than 3 weeks. Portland police say 30-year-old Joshua Sandall is responsible for around $3,000 to $4,000 in damage and stolen property. He's now charged with burglary, criminal mischief, and theft. Over to Rod now for a look at our weather.
For the majority of us, the news is sunny blue, and that's certainly the case from Chinook Winds Casino Resort in Lincoln City. Some beach temperatures today could be approaching 60. This shows 43, some shallow fog at the observation site. Now, there is an exception. We've been talking about some clouds in parts of central and eastern Oregon. This is overcast in the Sisters area from Aspen Lakes Golf Course. You should be able to see the Three Sisters. You can't. Those clouds expected to thin out somewhat during the day for partly sunny skies. Some shallow fog at PDX right now, but otherwise this is a clear blue day. 50 degrees at noon. We'll see highs get up to 56 and maybe even warmer. Still dry tomorrow, and then showers return on Friday. I think we'll have a period of steady rain on Valentine's Saturday.
Good morning. This is a sight. A fire juggling unicyclist performed an impromptu street show at a busy Colorado intersection. The police department said it received numerous calls about him. And while the guy is talented, trespassing in the median and impeding traffic by not vacating the crosswalk in time is illegal. They didn't give him a ticket. They just told him to move along and not to perform his show in the middle of the road.
How do you get off one of those things? Do you guys know? I have no idea. How do you get off? How do you land it?
Have you guys seen Portland's Unipiper? Maybe you haven't been here long enough to see this guy that goes around on a Darth Vader mask on a unicycle with bagpipes that blow fire.
Okay.
That is straight up Portland.
I was going to say
and I'm
that.
sure that the Unipiper could show that guy.
That checks. I will say I've been to 3 Blazers games already, and the halftime shows have all been very unique and very talented individuals that I don't know how they develop their talents, but.
Well, that's good. I like it.
So, yeah.
Thumbs up from Matt, right? That's a thumbs up, yes? Okay.
It's keeping me in my seat.
I should verify that's a thumbs up. Here's our state capitol down in Salem, and you can just see the grass, and there's frost on it right in front there, 34 degrees. What a beautiful day we have. Sunny skies all day will be with us. 36, again, the dashed lines are shallow fog being reported out at PDX, but that'll be disappearing literally in seconds probably. We'll be 50 at noon. I have us warming all the way up to about 56 or even better for a high. We'll be cooled at 53 at 5, the sundown tonight at 5:32. There are overcast skies in central Oregon now and parts of eastern Oregon. These clouds expected to kind of thin for at least partly sunny at times. As you head north, you get sun, and then it's all sunny up and down the valley and at the coast. This shows Tillamook at 4 o'clock, 58 degrees, could hit 60 today. Here's a look at our 7-day. Enjoy today. It's the last just perfectly clear, crazy warm day for a while, 56. Tomorrow still dry, partly sunny, 52. Showers, overcast Friday, periods of steady rain on Valentine's Day, Saturday. And then I've got some showers and cooler weather into the first part of next week. Here is Chris McGinnis.
All right, Rod, some good news here. The drive time's starting to come down just a little bit. This is over on the east side near Johnson Creek Boulevard. There's your northbound commute right there, moving along at about 24 miles an hour. So the trip from Clackamas north to the Banfield, averaging about 15 minutes. That's not so bad. I-84 westbound improving as well. Let's take you over to the west side where the drivers need the welder's mask this morning, literally staring right into that bright sun. That's out near Bethany Boulevard, so we're still a little slow there. And I-5 northbound through the 205 interchange in Tualatin. That's still running a little thick at last check. 32 minutes right now gets you in from Wilsonville Road to downtown. China?
Thank you, Chris. A Deschutes County man is pushing for Mount Bachelor's ski resort to return to local control.
The resort was briefly put on the market 2 years ago by its corporate owner. Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz joins us in studio. So Thomas, what does this local resident now want to see happen?
Yeah, well, guys, Rob Imhoff wants Deschutes County to step in to shift the ski resort from a company focused on profits to county control, which he says could lead to more affordable access. Imhoff is running for the county commission as well. He says under the company Powder Core, he's seen rising prices, longer lines, and company decisions that prioritize shareholders over locals. Imhoff says community ski resorts can work and points to places in Idaho, Alaska, and Southern Oregon as success stories. Imhoff's idea to make the largest ski area in Oregon one that's locally owned is not new, though. When the resort went on sale a couple of years ago, locals like Chris Porter pushed to keep it in local control.
We are really looking at this as a community broad tent support.
Yeah, broad tent in a place where 65% of skiers are local at Bachelor. Then when the resort went up for sale a couple years ago, Powder Court, get this, wanted $200 million for it. The local group of skiers said they were unable to submit a bid due to timing constraints at the time. 2 years later now, it's unclear, though, if Powder Court has any plans or intentions to sell in the future. Matthew.
Thomas Scholl's live in the studio this morning. Thomas, thank you. And staying on the slopes, this time in Italy, another Oregonian about to make his debut. 17-year-old Alessandro Barbieri of Portland posted this training video on Instagram. He is set to compete in the snowboard halfpipe at 10:30 this morning. And people over at Cedar Mill Elementary, where he went to school, are certainly getting ready to cheer him on. The qualifying event will air live here on KGW and Peacock, so good luck to Barbieri.
All right, we are taking a live look at the Olympic medal count right now. United States holding strong in third place with 10. Norway is currently in the lead with 13 medals, including 7 golds. They're followed by Italy, Japan, and Switzerland. In other headlines this morning, a Washington County family has some answers decades after a Hillsborough grandmother was murdered.
Cold case investigators now believe she was the victim of a serial killer. Joan Rainieri talked with detectives about how they figured it out.
Elizabeth Wasson was beloved in her Hillsborough area neighborhood.
She was 82 years old, working still. She was the neighborhood Avon lady, so she was selling Avon products to those in the community.
On September 23, 1992, the 82-year-old was found murdered in her home. No arrest was ever made, and the case went unsolved until now.
Actual crime scene evidence, the victim's clothing. So that was looked at more carefully, and she had been strangled to death. So that area was swabbed around the neck of her dress that she was wearing, and that was where we were able to link Mr. Baroni's DNA.
The DNA belonged to notorious killer Cesar Baroni. Washington County Chief Deputy District Attorney Allison Brown says Baroni was a suspect from the get-go, but they never had enough evidence to arrest him on anything.
He was one of the suspects in 1992, just based off his MO and the area that he was committing these crimes.
3 years ago, the case reopened thanks to the hard work of Hillsborough Police Detective Megan Townsend, who works with the cold case unit.
He instilled a lot of fear in the community. There were 3 other murders that occurred after Elizabeth Wasson died, and there were also 3 other victims that were elderly that were also strangled and raped in their homes.
He was arrested in 1995 for the murder of Martha Bryant and eventually found guilty of 3 other murders. He died while in prison in 2009.
There's many other murders that could be out there that we just don't know if he's involved in those or not.
Brown says having a team like this means everything to her.
Yeah, it's great to have a resolution. You know, a lot of hard work goes into resolving cold cases, and a lot of hard work goes into looking into cold cases that don't become resolved.
And the families who have been waiting years for answers.
TriMet is testing out a new Line 96 bus route via Southwest Boones Ferry Road and Barber Boulevard. Today you can ride along to compare the difference in travel time with the current bus route via I-5. Here's a look at the, where we did have a look at the new route. But look for a 96 demonstration on the overhead display on the front of the bus.
8:37, time to head over to Chris for a look at the morning drive.
Drive time's dropping just a little bit, so that's good. We'll take you to a couple of slow spots here. This is over in West Lynn, I-205 southbound, coming off the Abernathy Bridge. All of a sudden, like literally all of a sudden, it's not even showing up on my drive time graphic here, but all of a sudden something has brought that drive to a real slowdown here. We'll stay on top of that for you. But I-205 south right now running into West Lynn, up a little bit now. That's up to 18 minutes to get you in from Clackamas south of Tualatin. We'll switch gears, take you over to Breeze Hill. This is over near PCC Sylvania on I-5 at Capitol Highway. That northbound commute, again, drivers dealing with each other and the rising sun right in their face. That trip in from Wilsonville, still 31 minutes, about 28 minutes right now, gets you in from Hillsborough to downtown. China?
Chris, thank you.
Sorry.
That's all right. Hey, the Pacific Northwest Sportsman Show is kicking off today at the Portland Expo Center. It's a celebration of all things fishing, hunting, and outdoor recreation, and it's expected to draw tens of thousands over the next few days. Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson is there with a look at one of the many exhibits.
Yeah, so this massive outdoor expo is expected to draw thousands of people over the next 5 days. It opens today starting at 11. It's a celebration of all things fishing, hunting, boating, you name it. You can expect to see it here. And we're here with one of the spokespersons for this event, Ashley Lewis. Tell us what we can expect to see today for those who are coming.
Yeah, here's the thing, 325,000 square feet of retail space. If you are into fishing, hunting, hiking, anything in the outdoors, there's going to be something here for you, and it's going to be the best deal. You won't be able to get anything better at any time of the year. This is the big one.
And I mean, this is an event that has expanded over the last several years. It's massive. Can you talk about the exhibits people can expect to be a part of and how they're so interactive?
Yeah, more than 800 exhibits. I mean, this is incredible, and there really is something for everyone, and really families are included in this too. And this is one of the wonderful exhibits that we have that we're at now, the Toyota Fistful of Cheaters. And
tell us what exactly is this?
It's something that you're going to win a prize at no matter what. If you step up, you are a winner. And we're doing Fistful of Cheaters. Now these cheaters, this is something that folks use to fish for salmon and steelhead here in the Northwest. And so the game is fun, and I was hoping you and I could play a little bit.
Oh, of course, let's do it.
So you're going to take this cup, and you're going to fill it up with as many cheaters as you can scoop.
Okay.
And now this top wood piece.
Did it?
Yep, you're going to bring it to this, like no lower than this wood piece here, and you're going to try to dump them in that cup. And if you get one with a logo on it, you are going to win even more prizes. And whatever you get inside these cups that you drop the cup here into, you're going to take all of those lures home.
Oh, goodness.
Ready?
Okay. So I just have to dump it that way.
You're going to try to get it all into these cups. Keep going. Oh, you're good. You're good. Angle it a little bit. All right. You're already winning. You're already winning. You're already winning. Excellent. Look at this. Look at this. You got one of the winners. Look, this is one of the winning cheaters. So you got a headlamp. Congratulations.
Nice. I am a winner today. And I mean, not only can we win prizes like this, but people can come and win some information as far as just knowledge and learning about seminars, all the things. Talk about the educational aspect.
Yeah, so if you've been a fisher or a hunter all your life, or you've never done it and you're curious about something, there's going to be several seminar events. Anything you're interested in, come and learn a little bit about it. Also, if you're looking for maybe a guided trip, you want somebody to take you out fishing, we have South Africa hunting, all the way up to, BC, Alaska fishing. Anything that you want, there's something here for you. So you can buy something and go hiking, maybe a lure to go fishing, maybe a trip for your family, but it's going to be fun.
Awesome. It sounds like a fun time. And again, 60,000 people expected to attend this event over the next 5 days. It opens today starting at 11 a.m. Something you don't want to miss, especially if you love the outdoors. Back to you.
Well, excitement is still in the air in Seattle, and it's expected to stick around all morning. The city is shutting down, and fans are already saving their spots for the big parade because the Seattle Seahawks are Super Bowl champions.
Hey everybody, here at ShopTVDeals.com, we love to bring you products that we've tested and we know for a fact are really the best out there. Now you see these things in my ears right now. These are everywhere now these days, earbuds. But the static earbuds, they give you something a little bit different that really could make a big difference in your life. What's so great about these two things, it's an open ear concept. Take a close look there. You can see it's not all the way inside the ear canal. And there's two reasons why that's important. Number one, after long-term use, something being that far in your ear actually can do some damage. And number two, most importantly, because it's open ear, it allows you to hear the outside world better, which is really, really important as you're working out to keep you safe as you're kind of jamming along to your favorite music. What I also love about this product too is check out the case. It charges really, really fast. At a full charge, these earbuds will last you for days at a time. And let me let you in on a little secret. The whole time that I've been talking to you, I've actually had these earbuds going in my ear with real music from my phone. So don't tell anybody, but that's how good these things are. And we have a really great deal for you on these earbuds. You're gonna get 33% off and get these for $39.99. That is a really nice deal for a pair of not only effective and sleek looking, but safety minded earbuds. Can't beat that. So scan that QR code at the bottom of your screen or check us out at ShopTVDeals.com.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yeah.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
In just about an hour or so, the 12s are about to be shoulder to shoulder on the streets of Seattle, celebrating the Seattle Seahawks win in Super Bowl 60. It's been 12 years since they won a Super Bowl, and now they're #1 in the league after knocking out the Patriots on Sunday in a 29-13 win. The 12s will get their chance to see the Lombardi Trophy for themselves during the huge celebration parade. Overnight, our sister station Seattle spotted some die-hard fans outside Lumen Field, all to get a spot along the parade route.
We drove in from Vancouver, Washington, so we've been driving since I don't even know anymore.
We left at 9 and we got to Seattle at 12.
I was shook. I was like, ain't no way the Patriots just got whooped like this. Like, ain't no way.
Hey,
like
the belt. Give me the belt.
They were
Give me
getting
the
belt. Like, oh my God. Like, that's why I want a Seahawks boyfriend.
Get her a Seahawks boyfriend. You can watch the parade live on KGW Plus. Live coverage begins at 9 o'clock.
Over to Rob for a look at the weather.
There's got to be a player that sees that. I think,
yeah,
she's cute. She's energetic.
Boom.
Boom.
Full circle. They get married next year. It's going to be great.
At the halftime show.
At the halftime
Assuming the Seahawks are back in the Super Bowl. Wow. All right.
What's it going to be like up there?
The high today in Seattle is 51. They have the same sun that we have, and it was 40 degrees earlier this morning. So they're probably somewhere around 46, 47 degrees at parade time today. There's not much wind, so really pretty A-plus weather. We have the clear skies here in Oregon along our coast, up and down I-5. We have cloudiness up into central Oregon and parts of the east. Now, these clouds expected to thin for at least partly sunny skies at times today. Futurecast kind of outlines this cloud area better than what the infrared satellite picture was doing. You can see the clear skies up and down I-5. Here's some passing cloudiness tomorrow. Thursday, we will still be dry, but it won't be as warm as today, and will be partly sunny instead of clear. And then here comes our first wave of rain on Friday. Now again, this is significant because it is the Friday front followed by a Saturday system that kicks off what we think will be a more normal weather pattern the rest of February into at least the first week of March. And by normal, I mean instead of systems coming in and raining on Mount Hood, it would be snowing more often than not at pass level and hopefully a little bit even lower than that. This does show some snow up over the Cascades around pass level on Friday with that first system coming in. I'm not eyeing any great big system with tons of moisture, so it's just kind of a shift in gears where we're going to be cooler overall as fronts come in. We are looking at a 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch of total rain Friday, Saturday, Sunday combo, and maybe an inch of rain at the coast. Wettest day through those 3 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The West Day will be Valentine's Day Saturday. I still think it could be potentially a pretty steady rain Saturday afternoon. Modeling is showing starting Friday with maybe an inch or two, maybe 6 inches on Saturday, maybe just an inch or so on Sunday, would add up to about 7 inches for the weekend up on Mount Hood. But with more systems coming next week and the snow level staying at pass level and below, we could rack up, slowly but surely a week that gives us about 2 feet of new snow up on Mount Hood. So that would be terrific if we can pull that off. This is kind of cool. You've got shallow fog, and then you got clear skies up top. That's the Oregon Veterans Home camera out in the Dalles, and there is the clear sky that most of us are dealing with. We still have temperatures primarily in the 30s at this hour. We'll be 50 at noon, 56 for a high, 52 partly sunny tomorrow, and then we get into the showery weather this weekend and some periods of steadier rain on Valentine's Day Saturday. It is birthday time. All right, Jude kicks us off. Trumpet player in the tie. He's ready to go play in the clubs. Look at him. 12 years old. Happy birthday to you. Bennett is 15 today. Happy birthday to you. Samantha is celebrating 17 today. Hope you have a really fun birthday. Brooklyn is 21. That's a big birthday. I hope it's a great day. Naomi is 22. Happy birthday to you today. And also is Bobby, 41 today. Happy birthday to you. We've got Harriet, who's 85 years young. Happy birthday. And one more, there's Marilyn, who is 94 today. Happy birthday, Marilyn. Hope we see you for the next 8 years. Yeah, let's do it, Marilyn. Come on. All right, birthdays at KGW.com. We'll celebrate with you. Here's Chris.
Here is your daily reminder of why you love getting up at 2:30 in the morning.
Huh?
There's I-5 southbound. It's actually getting better, but it is pretty thick still from North Portland all the way down to the Fremont Bridge. Right now, we're looking at about 20 minutes now, Main Street to the Fremont. Again, most of that congestion on the Oregon side of the river at this point. Over the west side, we've got a new crash on Highway 30 eastbound near Bridge Avenue. So on the downriver side, I should say, of the St. John's Bridge. Now, this coupled with an earlier crash out near Marina Way, and it still appears that we've got some pretty thick eastbound traffic coming in from Cornelius Pass Road to the St. John's Bridge. So plan a few extra minutes there. I-5 on the south side of town. This is near Capitol Highway, slow and steady coming up over Breeze Hill. Right now, that trip in from Wilsonville still averaging about 31 minutes. We'll be right back.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
It's certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
We're now wrap of our top stories this morning. Breaking overnight, police released a man detained last night as part of the investigation into the search for Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy. Carlos Palazuelos says his home was searched by investigators last night. He says agents told him he looked like the person seen in this security footage from Guthrie's doorstep the morning she disappeared. Palazuelos is a DoorDash driver, but says he doesn't remember delivering anything to Guthrie's home. Meanwhile, Portland police have identified the man who was shot and killed by officers in Northwest Portland. Authorities say they tried to arrest 57-year-old Eric Scherer last Thursday, a few days after he threatened 2 security officers at a nearby Safeway. When police flushed him out of his apartment in the Pearl, they say Scherer was holding a handgun. That's when 2 officers opened fire. The authorities say they found a loaded shotgun at the Safeway that contained shells with threats mentioning President Trump. And in just a few hours, the 12s are going to be shoulder to shoulder on the streets of Seattle as the Seahawks celebrate their win in Super Bowl 60. You can watch the team's Super Bowl parade streaming live on KGW Plus starting at 9 o'clock.
Stream that in San Francisco just to rub it in. Sunny skies, 56 degrees out there this afternoon, maybe warmer. We're still dry tomorrow. We have the Friday showers changing our weather pattern, and I think Saturday is raining more than not for Valentine's, and then some showery weather left over on Sunday, and that's your forecast.
Still some trouble on the roads once you get to Northwest Portland. Highway 30 eastbound, so St. Helens Road near the St. John's Bridge. ODOT reporting a fender bender there. Additionally, we had an early morning crash that had the road shut down for quite a while out near Marina Way. Now that has cleared, but you can see that eastbound traffic is still running really thick there. Our freeway drive, not bad, but we still have some work to do, especially coming up from the south. Right now you're driving from Wilsonville about 30 minutes at last check.
Feels like this weather pattern is just a good reason to stay at home and watch the Olympics.
Well, not today.
Yes. Not today.
No matter what the weather is, we want you to stay indoors and watch the Olympics.
Not today.
On your iPad and your phone, too, simultaneously.
Today's beautiful. Today probably is, Matthew, and you folks at home, the final just mainly clear sky, mid to upper 50-degree day. Tomorrow's still dry and nice, but once we get the clouds and rain Friday, most days you're going to have a precip chance with cooler weather, potentially the rest of the month.
Halloween and Valentine's Day, the 2 days that ladies want to wear something nice and they can't because it's raining and cold.
Womp womp.
It's a Portland thing.
Nothing wrong with some fluffy socks, man. Those are nice.
Just stay home and
snuggie.
Yeah, snuggie.
You boys don't get it.
Throw on the
Anyways,
sweats.
you can watch Sunrise every day live here exclusively at 7. And we have added another half hour of news at 12:30 and 5:30. Hope to see you then. Have a great Wednesday.